Alright, so this is how to reinvent yourself in 90 days, and I'm gonna keep it simple for you guys. This ain't one of those change your life overnight videos. This is about what you can actually do in 3 months if you stay consistent. You could go from doom scrolling every night to making your first $1,000 online from a skill you just learned. You could wake up earlier than you usually do with more energy than you're used to having. You could even start building muscle or whatever it is that you desire. None of that is going to come to you in an instant though, but you need to think about the fact that nothing worth it will ever be, and that's the truth, honestly. Most people never give themselves that chance because they wait for that right time, but it never comes. There is no right time. I'm speaking from experience because that was me. I used to be that person until I got forced into a situation where I had to start over. Back in 2017, right after high school for me, I moved to a whole new area, like completely away from all my friends, all the places I used to go to, everything I knew basically. And that forced me to face myself, and honestly, that's when everything started to change for me. So using my own personal story, I'm going to show you how you too can reinvent yourself in 3 months, which is no time, to become that person you need to be, the version of yourself that you know you'll be proud of. So the first month is all about resetting and awareness. For me, I didn't have a plan. I just knew I couldn't keep doing what I was used to. So started out by just going ghost. I deleted social media and stopped checking on everyone else's life. I mean, though it seemed extreme, it's crazy how quiet things get when you're not constantly distracted. You don't realize how distracted you are when you're constantly tuned into what your peers are doing through social media. And it was that very silence that made me realize how much time I wasted comparing myself instead of improving my own self. So I started small by waking up early, taking morning walks for the first time in my life, and hitting the gym. And I made that gym my anchor. No matter how I was feeling, you were going to see me there. That's where you start rebuilding structure. When you move your body, your mind follows. And so within a few weeks for me, I already started to feel like a different person. Not because I had it all figured out, but because I finally felt in control again. That's the key, and something you need to keep in mind as well. It's about the little things. They really do matter more than you think. Once some structure's been built, then you need momentum. That second month for me was about building something real, and that's when I figured out learning skills is what it would take to change my situation. So that's when I picked up learning how to code as a skill, and I chose that simply because I researched high value skills online at the time, and coding was one of those ones I found that I had the strongest interest in. I didn't know what I was doing at first, of course, just like everyone else, but I'd spend hours watching tutorials, messing things up, starting over, but every day I learned a little bit more, and that skill improved regardless of those things. And eventually I built apps that started earning me money. And this was even during a time where I knew I wasn't the biggest expert in the field. I could clearly improve a lot in skill. But one time I distinctly remember waking up this one day and not expecting anything out the ordinary, doing my same morning routine as usual. I go over to my laptop and I realized I'd made over $200 overnight. It was that moment that changed how I saw everything from that point moving forward. Like, you have no idea. Because I realized it was basically confirmation of everything I'd thought. Confirmation my path was correct. Confirmation that everything I was doing up to that point wasn't a waste. I didn't need permission to succeed. I just needed skills. So I want you to know that that applies to anything. Editing, design, sales, fitness coaching, whatever lane you're in, your skills are the currency. So month 2 is where you need to stay logged in. Don't get shiny object syndrome and start switching lanes every week chasing wins. That's the quickest path to failure. Go deep. Track your progress and document everything. And as cliche as it sounds, stay consistent, and especially when you don't see results. It's cliche for a reason, because it's true. Now, by that third month, you'll start to see the changes. And I'm not just talking physically or financially, I'm talking about mentally as well. You'll start realizing this version of you isn't temporary. It's actually who you are. It's part of your identity now. For me, this is when everything connected. The discipline from the gym made me consistent with work. The focus from coding helped me understand the concept of building systems and that would benefit me later, such as growing that YouTube channel past 300,000 subscribers. Everything I learned started compounding, and that's what real transformation looks like. And that applies for achieving anything in your life that's substantial. Progress isn't linear like a straight line. It almost always looks more like a hockey stick in the way that progress compounds. It's not about doing more, it's about becoming someone who actually finishes what they start. By this point, you'll notice it too, because everything's going to be different about you. The way your body looks, your energy, even your goals will begin to make sense again. And that's the power of only 3 months of consistency. If you give yourself only 90 days, no distractions, no half effort, you'll be unrecognizable. It won't be because of luck, but because you finally stopped waiting to start. So if you're ready to begin, let's do this together. It's never too late to start. This channel is something I'm starting new, and I'm documenting everything. The progress, the setbacks, the journey, everything. So if you want to see what real consistency looks like in real time, subscribe and follow along. And if this video helped you in any way or made you think about things from a different way, Be sure to leave a like and especially a comment about it, because that's why I do this, and knowing that would mean the world to me, that I could impact somebody's life in any positive way. If you're still watching up to this point, leave a moon emoji down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.